Let me fix my shit. What the fuck? It don't even matter. What is going on, bro? What's up, chat? You getting back lit? I'm going crazy. For real. For real. Can y'all hear me? Yeah, let's do it. Let me set up my shit up. You finna react to TaeSmooth. Taking it next, bro. Cause I ain't gonna lie, bro. I just seen that shit, bro. And it don't even make sense for real, bro. So we reacting to him, bro, next. Tae. The M.
So apparently I was bestowed powers and I prophesized the end of TaeToo. This guy was going on burner accounts to glaze himself and pillow talk his own homeboys. The thing with this whole situation is that I think I have a unique perspective that I wish to give. I know a lot of people are clowning Tae, and rightfully so.
You not
that
subscribed?
Is the same clown that I talked about in my video. But I feel like this is more of a peek into the psyche of TaeToo and Blackboy Max, because what a lot of fans don't want to admit is that Max can be criticized for how he treated Tae. I want to talk about all of that today, so just sit back and brace yourself, because this is going to be a long video. I'm already knowing and I'm already dreading doing all of this research, but let's get into it. But before I actually get into the new information, there are a few things I want to clarify.
Hey,
Number one is that I've seen comments talking about feeling bad.
Hey, pause, bro. This shit right now, bro. What the fuck is going on, bro? What the fuck is going on, bro? This shit is crazy. Hold on. Expose. Man. Alright, let's do this shit. You finna react to this shit, bro. Let's get it. What the fuck is going on, bro?
For a harasser, and that's because I commented on how Rage scammed Tae and how I felt like that was pretty evil. The thing with Tae is that,
bro, they was scamming this nigga? I thought he was just getting bullied.
Individual, a bad dude, but I don't think he's irredeemable. Rage did not scam Tae because he harassed women. He scammed Tae because he felt like Tae was talking mess about him. That's the context. So you can't even grandstand me by saying I'm feeling bad when the nigga who did it didn't even scam him for being a woman harasser. And then on top of that, Rage is friends with Aiden Ross, who I dropped a whole video just straight up documenting how weird he is. So you can go check that out if you want. But if you're gonna call out Tae, call out your faves as well for being friends with people who are definitely worse than Tae. But that's the thing though. I gave my advice because I think despite Tae being a literal jester and clown and horrible guy, he can elevate beyond that. I think there is humanity that can be seen when it comes to Tae. And trust me, I'm not gonna be excusing any of what this weird ass nigga did. He's weird as fuck. I'm gonna be talking my shit and criticizing him for being weird as fuck. But despite that, I feel bad and I want to analyze the situation beyond just the fact that Tae is a clown, especially when my original video wasn't entirely pointing out how he's a clown, but also how Tae had potential. So this is more of an analysis, okay? Not just me blindly hating on Tae, because bro, I don't think nobody is innocent. And if you're blindly glazing a streamer, you're a loser too. But you know, thanks for clicking on this video. I love you. My point in saying all of this is that the people around Tae also contributed to where he is right now, and I'll prove it in this video, or at least share my opinion on it, because I can't exactly make anyone think anything, but I can show you why I feel this way. But let's just start with a quick recap. So a week ago, I dropped a video on TaeToo claiming that he was the biggest clown on Twitch. I did this because I seen a clip of him egoing a black woman because she wasn't trying to stream with him. Throughout the video, I made it known that for someone who has such a huge ego, or at least a facade of an ego, he shouldn't be talking to anyone that way when his come up on Twitch.
What the fuck is this, bro? No. 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 Bro, this is absolutely nuts, bro. How dare, bro?
Being a fucking clown. I said this nigga was a jester and someone
No. No. No.
for his come up. I finished this video by telling Tay he had the potential and that he needed to cut the ego shit, cut the humiliation shit, and most importantly, stop letting his friends humiliate him. Which is funny because instead of doing that, he pillow talked his friends on Twitter on a burner for 2 to 3 years. So let's just talk about that. Tay had 2 burners, the edit guy and Milky Morag. The funny thing is that Milky Morag instantly got clocked for using a Pinterest photo, but on these accounts, Tay would be pillow talking his own homeboy. For example, this tweet of him calling Max a womanizer, which is clearly hinting at his own insecurities regarding women, but I'll talk more about that later. Or this tweet where he's subbing his other friends, which I assume is Wayne and Gaz, as he says they don't stream and how people downplay Tay. Or him. Let me just address the elephant in the room. Tay is mentally ill. I've been dying to say it. This is beyond normal behavior, and doing research and getting all of the necessary clips, footage, screenshots, and whatever, I've realized just how scary this is. This is a glimpse into the depraved mind of TaeToo Smooth, and it's so depressing. And I don't mean to edge y'all, but just wait, I'm building up to it. Tay also had tweets glazing himself, which, you know, wouldn't be bad until you realize he pretended to be 2 fucking people to do it. That's so unhinged. For example, this tweet where he's glazing how he knocked Wayne back during an altercation, I guess, or this tweet where he claims he's an up-and-coming streamer but also for some reason put himself at 3rd place, but I guess you could say that was to make the burner less obvious. But to all of that, I say this is what niggas wanted me to drop a part 2 for. Like, I just can't understand why y'all wanted this depravity. Seriously, this is utter insanity, and I just can't help but see the underlying issues of these tweets and what it hints at and what it means when it comes to Tay's own personal view of himself. Tay also called himself the funniest person on that list.
Bro, so this is his shit? Tay, y'all just be hating, but he low-key the funniest person on the list.
Interestingly enough, which, you know, I like laughing at niggas humiliating themselves. It's wrong, but I can't stop you. All that aside, though, where it got super weird for me was when Tay tried to give himself a lob to a girl by pretending to be another person. In this tweet, he's telling Boosette to give him a chance. She's important for later, by the way, so just remember her. This is just, oh my goodness, like, this is really the depths of depravity. And if you didn't know, Tay and Boosette were streaming together. He was interested in her and something happened between them, but the girl didn't want him. And this is what he does. That is some weird ass shit, I'm not gonna lie. But here's where it gets even worse. He asked Mari, the girl he fucking harassed, to give him a chance from his burner. And if you want to know how Mari feels about Tay, watch this clip.
It's just real goofy how niggas let him back in the community after all that bullshit. Like, just keeping a weirdo around for like content. I mean, I guess I feel like he got an embarrassment kink in a way, low key. Like, you like getting embarrassed. You like looking like a fucking dumbass. And you don't gain nothing from it. What's good, Krishna? Yeah, that shit's sad, man. You a grown-ass man getting embarrassed, like, getting embarrassed on nigga streams, bro. Thank you, Peyton. I like watching drama and not being in it. No, for real, me too. That's why I haven't talked about him so long, even though he made a whole video on me saying that female content creators, can't make it or something. Like, all they good for is e-dates and shit.
So yeah, Mari said he's a guy who constantly gets humiliated to the point he might be into it. Well, I mean, that's at least what you think based off of the clips, but I actually don't think that Tay really wants to get humiliated or he likes it. To be honest, it's really on the contrary. Like, I believe he doesn't. But the key word in this clip is keeping him around for content after all the stuff that happened. I'm gonna definitely get into that because that's exactly why Tay was kept around. He was content, a laugh, or whatever, but I'm getting ahead of myself. After all of these tweets, Tay had denied it was him multiple times and even went as far as to say the person who did it was on his dick. This lasted for about 2 minutes before niggas realized he was guilty, like how the burner posted these Instagram screenshots showing Ada Zura following Tay, but the account should say follow. It doesn't say follow because he's seeing his own account. Also, this is insane levels of like backdoorology because this is the same girl who Max wanted to cuff, but Tay's pillow talking and kicking his feet back knowing a girl who his homeboy wanted is following him. This nigga is so so damn lame. There's also this tweet
like,
where
this
Tay
nigga's
says
weird,
that
bro.
people can say anything they want to him, but he can't say anything back. And if you peep Tay, you watch them, you know that's a common phrase whenever something happens, which to an extent is definitely true. Like, I've seen it. I feel like anyone who's watched Max or 5 Star, they've seen it. Tay gets treated differently. But once again, more on this later. I know, get off my dick. The most damning thing was that he posted a screenshot of himself on TikTok Live, and at the bottom you can see TaeToo Smooth joined, which he forgot to crop, which means when he was on J5's stream, he was posting from his burner, gassing himself up. Jesus Christ, Tay, stand up, my nigga. This is some lame ass shit. I can't even lie. But after this, we move on to Max.
Bro,
he ended up reacting to the burner tweets and eventually hopped on Discord with the 5 Star members to discuss the situation at hand. And this also included a conversation with Tay. But before I show you the clip, I just want to point out a few things. Why is this conversation even being live streamed? Is that not weird? Like, don't get me wrong, it's good content, because nigga, who doesn't love spectacle? Like, I was laughing for surely, but it's very dystopian because niggas are genuinely live streaming a friend group fallout for the world to see and profiting off of it, and that's just so fucking weird to me. But despite that, Tay joined for 3 seconds and basically said some BS.
Yo, Tay.
Yo.
You're going explain why.
Yeah. I ain't do it. I don't know how. I ain't do it though. I don't know. These niggas cook me.
Damn.
So instead of apologizing, you just gonna come in here lying?
Come on, bro.
Like, at least apologize. How you talking shit about me when I flew you out here? You know how much money I've given you? You know how much money you've lost me?
Hey, I'm not lying. Alright, my fault, bro.
So then why did that shit say...
Hold on.
Bro, what are you talking about?
Hold on. We'll have to talk about it some other time. Low key, bro. Hold on.
There's no other time.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you in 15.
I'm good, gang. It's cool. Alright, bro.
Hey, what the fuck is he talking about, bro? Like, this nigga's weird, fool. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. I didn't know niggas really do this.
Alright.
I mean, it's just like, bro, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I put a lot of, like, time into this nigga. I put a lot of, like, you know? Yeah, I bet on this nigga. Like, what the fuck?
Number one, there was nobody calling Tay. Like, obviously the nigga is trying to buy time before the truth came out. What stood out to me though was Max talking about how much money he put into Tay, which at a glance you could say, well, man, that obviously fucking sucks. Like, you lost some money. But dude, you had the nigga as a group punching bag for 3 years. Who cares about the bread if he had to dance like a monkey for it? But after that, apparently, Tay hit up Max and told him the truth via text.
You feel me? I spoke to bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm like, this shit just like, I just don't get it. And you feel me? Texting me, you know, I'm not gonna say what bro say out of privacy for this nigga shit, but he's cooked. Those was his burners, nigga.
So you said what he said.
Those was his burners. No, nigga, that's, bro, is that what he said, gang? You wanna read what he said?
Damn.
No, that's not for me to do.
Alright.
That's for you. That's the clip. Nigga. Not gonna hit it.
No, I said, do you wanna read it? Not out loud, nigga. I'm not gonna read what he said out loud. Regardless, though, at the end of the day, my nigga, you feel me? He explained to me why. I think it's through there. He explained to me why, you know, he chopped it up, but it's like, gang, I'm not gonna lie, bro.
So there it is. The truth came out and now it's been confirmed. At this point, I know a lot of you may be thinking this nigga Tay is insane and he's crazy and he's a pillow talker, but there's a lot of similarities between this and Bruce. While we all know Bruce was wildin' too, there's always underlying reasons for why people do things. Nobody just does things like this out of nowhere. And after speaking with Tay, and yes, I spoke with him on stream, he doesn't give me the impression of someone who would do this just to do this. Now, sadly, I don't have the clip of this, but I told Tay straight up to the face, nigga, you're weird and I don't like you. But what stood out to me during our conversation was that Tay didn't get defensive of this. He listened to what I said. Now, I critiqued him in the call while he was streaming, and to me, that was a good sign. He was listening to my criticism, and what can I say? He didn't give me the impression of a nigga who just snaked his homeboys just to snake his homeboys. I'll say that. But for the who knows how many times I've done this, I'll come back to it. Now, I'm gonna talk about the conversation between Tay and Max after he texted him that he did it. Tay booted up stream after coming clean, and the first thing he does is tell everyone that he did it, but the reason he lied was actually to keep it private.
Alright though, chat, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna just tell y'all niggas, you feel me? All I can do is tell the truth. Yes, nigga, those were my accounts. They were my accounts. I was the one making the tweets. Yes, they were mine. I was making the tweets.
Hey, let's do a real check in on my nigga mental too, cause why the fuck his hair is red, bro? What the fuck is going on? The fuck?
I did it. You feel me? Now the reason why I lied is because I just wanted to talk things off, like off cam and shit, before we come and like bring things on the camera.
Hey, bro, I'm done watching this shit. This shit started to piss me off for real, bro.